Good evening, everyone. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Welcome. So today we are going to see sixth lecture on characteristics of group. Okay. So in this lecture, we will see that the property of being a characteristic subgroup is actually a transitive property. It means if you take any characteristic subgroup of K and K is characteristic subgroup of G, then actually N is characteristic subgroup of G. Okay. So we'll prove it. Let's write it. So we are saying it is theorem. Okay. The property of being a characteristic subgroup is transitive. Transitive. It means N is a characteristic subgroup of K, and K is a characteristic subgroup of G, then N is characteristic subgroup of G. So let's prove it. So let phi be an isomorphism of G. Okay. Since K is characteristic subgroup of G, this implies phi K is equal to K. So this implies phi K to K to K to K is an isomorphism of K. Okay. It means phi K to K is an isomorphism. Okay. So what does it mean? It means that phi is isomorphism of K restricted to K. So phi is isomorphism of K when phi is restricted to K. Okay. Okay. Again, N is a characteristic subgroup of K and phi is isomorphism of K. So by definition of, so this implies by definition of characteristic subgroup we have phi, because now phi is characteristic, phi is automorphism of K. N is characteristic subgroup of K. What does it mean? It means this will be equal to this. So therefore, phi N is equal to N for any automorphism of G, okay, and N is subgroup of G, because if N is subgroup, because N is subgroup of K and K is subgroup of G, because N is subgroup of K and K is subgroup of G, implies करता है N is subgroup of G. So we have N is subgroup of G, and you take any automorphism phi of G, phi N is equal to the image of N under phi is N. So this implies N is characteristic subgroup of G. So this is proved now. Okay. So today's lecture up to this. If you have any problem related to this, you can comment on my YouTube channel. Like, share, comment, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for today's lecture. Thank you very much.